Hello. So I'm back with another word. Praise the Lord. And this one is a vision that the Lord gave me last year, 2025, around September. And in this vision, I saw Philip Anthony Mitchell in a room. He was eating. And so I walked towards him. And as I walked towards him, I just sat next to him. And he put his hand behind my head and he pushed my head towards the floor. And in that moment, I knew exactly what he was doing. He was teaching me to seek the face of God. And after a while, I started to, experience the Lord, and I started to cry before the Lord. And then in no time, it was over. And I rose up. And then he looked at me and he said, "You see, that's the problem." And I knew exactly what he meant. He was trying to say that you're not willing to tarry long enough. You're in a hurry to leave the presence of God. He was pretty much saying that I didn't have enough appetite. And this brings me back to the message that I shared previously about the prodigal son, because at the father's house there was food, there was a feast. And when I saw Philip Anthony, that's exactly what he was doing. He was eating. He was feasting. Now, this vision that I had from the Lord with respect to Philip Anthony, so again, as I said, was last year. The vision the Lord gave me with respect to the prodigal, that's in 2026. That's this year. So it's just that the Lord is now helping me to piece things together and show me that it's like I see a need to sit in his presence. And I want to go forward into February, because in February, the Lord started to minister to me again because I had a little issue. And he was showing me that I see it's very easy for you to invite me. So whether it be by prayer or by worship or by dance, it's very easy for me, it's graceful for me to create an atmosphere to welcome the Holy Spirit, to welcome the Lord into my space. But he's saying that you're struggling with hosting me. So it's like I bring him in, but when he gets there, I struggle with hosting him. And he started to show me with respect to the life of Mary and Martha. But before I go there, I will give an example of what situation even led to this. I was supposed to sit with the Lord. I had planned to sit with the Lord. And in my mind, I just probably had like, okay, in the morning time. I was like, okay, after I do this thing, okay, maybe in the evening time, okay, by midday. But every single time I try to get myself into that space where I spend time with the Lord, I find something more important. I just find something that, in my opinion, is like, oh, this I need to get this done now. Probably something to eat, or maybe to wash up my clothes, or something to do outside. And it's like every time I change location, I find something new to do. So it was a complete distraction, and it really showed what I valued in that moment. And the Lord started to show me about Mary and Martha. And with Mary and Martha, of course, we know, at least for those who know, for those who don't know, Mary and Martha, they were friends of Jesus. And when Martha invited Jesus into her home, into their home, but in the account, Martha was busy in the kitchen doing a bunch of stuff in the home. But for Mary, she sat and she just listened and she received from the Lord. So in Luke chapter 10 verse 38, that's where it says that Martha received the Lord into the home. And in 39, it says that Mary sat at the feet of Jesus and she heard the word. So she positioned herself in a place where she can receive from God. So in the natural, like for example, if I invite you into my home, I will host you. I would prepare a meal for you and stuff like that. And at least, of course, at some point in time, we will sit and we will chat, etc. But the aim is that I will be the one hosting you because I invited you. However, what the Lord was showing me is that it's switched when it comes to his kingdom. We create an atmosphere to invite him in. So we invite his presence in. However, the moment he steps in, it switches. He now is responsible to host us. He now is the one responsible to prepare the meal. He now is the one responsible to make the feast. And now he feeds us. And we are the recipients. So it's a big switch when it comes to his kingdom. And the Lord, is showing me that Mary too had appetite. She sat to receive. She had appetite. So she allowed God to host her and he served her the meal. So sometimes we are just too hurry, too busy, and we put value on a lot of other things and we devalue because we take advantage of the grace of God. We take advantage of the fact that it's like God go understand. God is a loving God. God will forgive me. And we put preeminence on a lot of other things, and we put God behind many times. And I'm saying we because I am included. And God is calling us to a place where we can just sit at his feet, feast at the table, so that we wouldn't miss the stirring of 2026 Pool of Bethesda. Sit at his feet, feast at his table, so that we wouldn't miss the stirring of 2026 Pool of Bethesda.